welcome back to Beekeeping Basics with Danny. So just a recap on where we was when we last left off. It's been 7 days since we last come out into this hive, and last time we pulled this apart, we obviously we've got the 2 broad boxes on there, one super. We didn't have much action going on in the super at all, so we put the sugar syrup back on the top to see how that, to speed things up a little bit. This is my 7th day of coming out here, so what I'm going to do is just have a look how we've got on with this sugar syrup. First and foremost, I did check it about 3 days in, and it's actually empty. There wasn't a lot going on in it, but they have managed to drink all of that. So with no further ado, what we'll do is we'll get in, reset the camera up, and we'll pull it up, pull the top off, and we'll have a look in. So as you can see, I'll show you now with the, so we've got bees up relatively high in the actual box itself. So as you can see, drunk all the sugar syrup, and we've got quite a few bees up there, so I'm actually thinking that we're going to have some action on these super frames. So what we'll do is we'll get straight on with it, and the temperature of the day is actually fluctuating about 17-18 degrees, so happy with that. So I'm just going to take that off for the minute. So what we'll do is we'll just take a few of these out and have a little look. Let's take them. Let's go for the middle one. Again, look, we have nothing happening at all on the super. This is just clearly are not ready yet to make a start with these supers, any honey or whatever. I thought the sugar syrup might well have speeded any of this up. Clearly it hasn't, so we'll put this back together for the time being. I haven't, looking through all of them frames, I haven't touched any of them. So what we'll do is we'll put that on, and we'll move this to one side. Lots of bees there, look. And again, I could probably smoke them, but they're not actually going to come off of there. So what we'll try and do is we'll shake them off into the hive if we can. Give them a little get the ones off that we can get off. And then we'll get the smoke out. They've gone down, so put the smoke on one side. And what we'll do is we'll start having a look inside. So we'll push this one over. We'll take this one out, give ourselves some room, being very careful with it, keeping it over the hive again like we always do, just in case we have the queen on this one. That's first and foremost what we'll be looking for. So I'm going to sit this one aside, building up the honey on that. Lovely. As far as I can see, there's no queen on that. A couple of drones, But yeah, we have no queen that I can see on that particular frame, and I'm going to move this frame to one side like I always do to give ourselves some room to go through the others. Just gonna hopefully get through this top one relatively quick. Oh, it's very weighty. Again, very, very weighty. Look at all that honey on there. Nearly capped off the whole of that. So I reckon not until they're happy that they've done all of these in the brood box is then when they're think, well, okay, we have no more to do on these, so we'll start with the super. Just checking a few drones, making sure, or just checking the bees in general, making sure their wings are all okay and they look healthy, which they certainly do. Slightly windy today as well, so I'm not overly happy with. Like I say, I'm secluded in this bit here. I have that tree that generally drops down a lot of crap. But they're good bees that get any mess out. So we have a few play cups on these, as you can see there. So we will check inside, and I will remove. Again, there's no sight of the queen on this particular frame. So like I say, we do have them play cups there. And this is just the way a bee's practicing. See, just there. And if you can see, there's nothing inside them. So we're good to take them away. And this is the bees practicing to make queen cups, you know, because this is what they do. So they, you know, if they had to make a queen cup, then they've got to know how to do it, haven't they? So again, a lovely looking frame. Bees all look good on there. Removed that play cup, so get that straight back in there. And this is, again, I do believe this may well be my losing count myself now. It's my 8th or 9th time in this hive since I added the super. I'm concentrating on this one particular hive this year. Coming towards the end of the year, I will do my splits. I'll do a nuke split, and I will do into my second hive that's alongside me. Until then, I'm going to keep going with this one. Again, no sight of the queen. Got a few play cups again. We're going to have to check them out in a minute. Just want to check this side, make sure we don't have the queen on there, which we don't. I did see a play cup. There's a bee. He's got his head in there, so there's a few there. A few going on the bottom of that cell there, and we've got a bee with his head in that one. So again, if you can just see there, if I can get it to the camera, see it there. And we have a few on this part here. So what we're going to do is we're going to remove that one. And we're going to just double check in these others. And we're going to flatten them out too. Just squash them out, flattening them off. making sure that they're not charged. They're certainly not charged. Seem to be all around this probably could remove that, you know, completely off of there. It's not doing anything. What we'll do is we'll take that off, because it's either going to fall off or we take it off. Let them take control of what that part up there. So yeah, no queen on there. What we'll do is get that back in. Everything's looking okay to me, so always being careful not to squash any. Just flick them bees off and move that one side. That's all it is. There's nothing going on in it, so there's no reason as to not pull that away. And we get back onto the next frame. Also, what I've noticed, guys, if you're watching this through YouTube, just check your YouTube picture frames. Like sometimes when I go onto mine seems to always be set at 780. But you can go on there and change it to 180p, and your picture quality would be so much better. Because I'm actually using a really decent camera. Like I say, sometimes your YouTube channel, what you're watching it through, is set at 780. You can up it to 180, and that it will improve your picture. You can zoom in on, if you're looking at this through your tablet or your phone or whatever, you can zoom in and you get a real good shot of these bees. Seeing them how I'm seeing them. Again, queen's not on there, so my wild bee should be on the last frame that I pull out, or she's going to be down the bottom. A few drone cells there, nothing queen related, so we'll put that back in. It's been very warm today, and soon it rained all day yesterday. Obviously they can't get out and forage when it's raining. They can, but not as much as they would. So it was a pretty pants day for the bees yesterday. Today's been, where I've been at work, it's been really nice. I'm guessing it's been okay here. There's another queen cup there. I'll remove that one in a second. Just check again. I haven't got the queen on there. If you haven't, got some cat brood there. Cat broad, sorry, keep saying it wrong. Cat broad. This is always good to see. Cat broad that side. And we'll get rid of that clay cup just there. Move that one away. And we'll put that one back in. First time you've picked this up, I've got other videos from the day I started with this hive up till now. This is my journey, new as a beekeeper. So I'm always learning new things from other beekeepers, and the advice that people put on my videos really helps me. I'm really appreciative of that. And that's the queen right at the bottom there. Look, she's just gone over to this side. There she is there. Walking about, look. There is a play cup on the bottom of this one, but what I want to do is just get that off quick. Probably could have left it on, it wouldn't have been the end of the world. Just double check that the queen is still where she needs to be. Yep, and we'll put this one back in. She's in the middle of that frame right now. I did buy a queen cage not so long ago. I bought another one as well, and I bloody left it in the kitchen. But no, again, I find it not so bad doing it like this. I find the frame that she's on and I'll get it back in there as quick as I can. She seems to stay on that frame. All the bees doing what they need to do, look. Again, we have another play cup. Seems to have a lot of play cups going on. They do have plenty of room. We will remove that one. Cat brood, broad. Different pollen, and we do have some honey that they've capped off around the outsides there, look. So yeah, really pleasant frame. Like I say, I'm not going to hang around too much. I don't like to keep them out for too long. You know, just do your checks. You don't need to, you know, keep them out. Lots of cat brood, broad. Look at it right in a minute, won't I? Lots of cat broad on there, look. And they do say that if you've got two decent size broad on your frames, so it's equivalent of when they hatch 3 of your frames, or 3 empty frames. So with a good proportion of broad on both sides, now if I like that potentially on the other side, that would, when they all hatch, that would fill 3 empty frames of bees. And that is why she obviously lays so many eggs, because they've still got their lifespan, which is relatively short. I think it's 6 weeks work of bee, all in all. We've got lots of cat broad again on there, look. Drone cells, queen cups again, look. You can see. I'm going to take them off. Don't need them. It's doing no, you know, it's not hurting anything or anyone by removing them. I've always told to master beekeeper, just take them off. There's no need for them to be there. So that's why we do our inspections. We have lots of drone cells there, big cluster. And what we do is get that one back in. And I know for a fact that when I lift this raw box off in a minute, it's going to be very heavy. And again, lots going on. looking fantastic. It really is. Lots of bees in this hive now. Lots and lots and lots. And that's what I want. I want them to start moving up into the supers. That's what I'm after. I'm going to move this back to get that frame in. Just being careful we don't actually. What I might do is I'll keep moving that back. It's probably the only thing I don't like is moving these back, because it does worry me that that queen might be somewhere where I'd squash her. See if I could squeeze it down in. Well, as much as I keep these tightly closed, it seems very tight to get that last frame in all the time. It's like getting tighter and tighter. So I'm going to see if I can just put this one down into here. Like so. And that's the top rule box. Queen in the top. It's looking excellent. Keeping them all tight together. You don't want these pulling apart, because they just build out their comb on it. Honeycomb. And then what happens is you're gonna really struggle to get them not only out but back in. So I'm going to lift this off, put it onto this queen that's glued on my other hive. So I know this is going to be heavy. We know we've got the queen in this. We're going to do a quick lift. Off with that. Nice and gently onto the other one. Very heavy, that is. Very heavy. So what we're going to do, we're going to give these a little smoke off. Smoking myself out. Okay, so we know the queen is in the top box. So we'll pull this one, this outside frame off. We'll have a little look at it and we'll keep it out like we did the other one. There's not a lot of action going on that. I'm going to move this one in a few when I put that one back to get that one built up very slightly. So certainly not as heavy as the top box. So again, just checking all the bees. building up some cone on them. I'm going to get that one back. And there. So it's looking okay. Better get into this one. Always checking inside your hive. When you get your frames out, you can see the bottom. Just keep it, have a look in there. Make sure you've got nothing that shouldn't be in there. Slugs, ants, mice, anything that could be sat in that bottom that shouldn't be in there. You've got the option to get it out, haven't you? So, like I say, when you pull your frame out, you've got that visibility to see in the bottom. I don't keep my Verona check plate in. I've got a mesh see-through bottom on this. Lots of cat brood on there. Lots and lots of it, as you can see. Now this is what I was talking about a minute ago. Now if you've got a frame like this, it's wall to wall with brood, when they hatch, that is going to fulfill another 3 frames. So that is why you have to, got a little play cup there, why we have to make sure that they've got plenty of room, and they have plenty of room with the super that I've introduced. They do have plenty of room. So that is wall to wall with cat brood. And unfortunately every now and then you're gonna catch a bee, which is really frustrating, but you can't help that. There's so many bees. Sometimes you get them with your finger. And again, checking in the bottom of the hive. There's lots of larvae in there. Pollen. Give me a little blow if you want to move them out of the area to have a look. Yeah, they're doing really well. Really well. I've actually gone to the 7th day today. I managed to do it. I always generally never get that far because of either the weather or, well, just the weather. The weather that stops me from getting that far. But I've got to the 7th day. First time ever, I think. I was even toying to just go to the end of the week, but I like to keep an eye out. Lots of cat brood on there, brood. Don't know why I keep saying brood, I've just got it mentally stuck in my head. We do have a couple of play cups again there, so we will again just take them off. Nothing really to checking this big cluster, the bottom there of the drone cells, just to make sure that we don't have any kind of queen cup or anything like that. There's quite a bit going on this one. Obviously you need to be able to see it's the larvae in there. Look, if you can see in there how it looks. Yeah, let's get that one back in. And what I'll do is, I didn't fill any of my sugar syrup up today because I wasn't so sure on how much they would have taken, or more to the point, if they had started with any kind of honey laying or anything in the super, then I would have stopped it. But there's no real action going on in the honey supers, so I will do some more sugar syrup with some Hive Alive. Just they will eventually move up to that honey super, and that will just help them, like it did the middle broad box that I put on to frame it out. And again, everything's looking really good. And they got themselves lots of honey to, you know, they don't necessarily need me to feed them. They've got plenty of their own resources in here. And all the honey that you see on them frames that I did pull out on that other broad box, that will be theirs. I won't touch that. You know, when we do get to the end of the summer and these start going into winter, you know, you want to give them as much resources that they've created. You want them nice and strong through the winter period. Obviously I will feed them, help them, but they'll have their own resources in that hive, which is good. One of the reasons why I put it on there. I want, you know, whatever I do with my winter nuke, my second hive over the winter with the big frames, I want them to be able to have plenty of their own resources in there. And this is what's annoying, is when you're trying to close them up, not damage any bees, and they're all bloody in the way. You all walk next to the bit that you're going to close it up, so sometimes you cannot help but squash them. You can't say bee move, can you? But you can a dog. But lots of cat brood again. I can say larvae in there as well. The eggs at the bottom looking really good. Since that day I see that one drone with no wing, I haven't ever come across another one. And they all look really good and healthy. So slowly put that in there. Now that they're coming towards the ends. This will be interesting because these end ones, we know that we've got that one down there with not a lot happening. Starting to fill this one out. Starting to fill it up, working on the honey on that. So that's an A-OK frame. It's this last one that I'm interested in. And again, looking in the bottom of the hive, nothing. It's all nice and clean in there. Nothing in there that shouldn't be in there, which is always good. I'm going to pull this last one out. And they're working on that one nicely as well. Starting to do what they need to do on that. So, I'm happy with that. So I'm literally down to one frame that needs them working on a little bit more. So I'm going to smoke these, give them some smoke. With the simple fact that I don't want to keep squashing them when I move these frames back. What, like you said, someone commented on one of my posts, said you can put that particular frame that's not getting worked on as well pretty much in a place like that. So that's what we're going to do. All the bees crawling off of it. So I can't actually grab hold of the handle because they're all on it, so I'm not forgetting that these bees know that their queen is not around at the moment. She's in the box to the left of me. Notice the humming that they're making. As soon as I put that other box back on, they'll notice her pheromone, and they'll be a lot happier. So we're going to move off the super box again. We're going to bring back over the broad box, place it back on top. Again, very careful what we do. Try not to make any harsh movements. And what we're going to do is we're going to get this queen excluder back on here. Just trying to get the bees out of the way, because this queen excluder sits so flat it just squashes the bees. So we'll get it on like that. We'll scoop him out of the way, get that back on there like so. And then we'll put this honey super back on. You know we have bees in the top of here because we've already had this lid off. we're placing that back on like so, and this is empty, so what I'm going to do is knock up some sugar syrup, some Hive Alive, and we'll come back and we will fill that up. I do it every time. I've got to put the lid on without the super box, empty super box, to jack it up. Okay, so we're back with the sugar syrup. So what we're going to do is offload the lid again. It's completely empty in there. I know you can't actually see in there right now. I do have quite a few bees in here, and I don't want to go filling that up and potentially kill them. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this off of here for the time being. Shake off shake out the bees that we don't want, and I do have a few dead bees in here, so it's going to be slightly tricky to get these out. Okay, so we've removed some of the dead bees, and what we've got is we've got the sock in there, and that makes it a little bit easier for them to grip onto. It just helps, I think. I did do a small video on it, so you look back on my videos, you'll still see how to do that. And it's just a sports sock, and all we've done is cut it down, slipped it over. It just helps. You don't get so many drowning because they haven't got that slippery surface. So what we're doing is we've made up enough to fill this completely up of sugar syrup, 1-to-1 sugar syrup with, I use some Hive Alive just to help with that super box, just to give them a head start. The minute they start working on this super box, the frames, I'll stop that. So, you know, they've not touched it, they've not built any comb out on it at all. So, I'm just going to help them out with that, just to give them a bit of a head start. There's no harm in it whatsoever. So, and we'll put the lid back on that, and that's us done potentially for another 7 days. What's the day today? Wednesday, so next Wednesday we'll have a look back in this, and we'll keep an eye on this super, and hopefully they make a start on this super. But like I say, you know, it's been around about, all in all, 12, 13 days since I've added that super on there. So in their own time, I'm not too worried. The main fact is they're in there, they're doing well. The other frames in the 2 broad boxes are doing terrifically good, so I'm really pleased with that. So yeah, so we'll come back on this. Don't forget, guys, if you're new to this and you just pick this up and you're watching this as a beekeeper, do what I've done. Make sure you get yourself your hornet trap, Asian hornet trap, get it set up. You know, it just helps the rest of us to work out where these, keep a track on these Asian hornets. If I was to catch one in there, then at least we know there's been a sighting in this particular area. You know, they can wipe out a beehive. So, you know, look through my videos that I've done previously. I did do a video on the hornet trap, how to set it up, and what to do with it. So if you've not seen it, have a look. It's on there. Free to subscribe. And like I say, you know, when you tune into your YouTube, check your settings, make sure they're on 1080p, because that will give you a far better, clearer picture. Because generally when I go onto my iPad and I watch what I've done, look back what I've done and so forth, my iPad always, and my phone always picks it up at 780p. Just go onto your settings, knock it on to 180p, you'll have a far better clear picture. Hope you enjoyed another video. This is my journey. Like I say, there's not loads happening right now. We're just week by week expecting it, going in. Next step is that super. Once they start with that super, maybe we can go for another one. Them bees are always, we've got plenty of brood in there, sorry. So queen's doing really well, so we're going to have plenty of bees still producing, so they'll go up there in their own time. So yeah, until next time guys, ciao for now.